everybody. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Smith's Chiefs going up against Bortles' Jaguars. With that, let's head up the road to Jacksonville, Florida. Standing by are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Tonight, we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Well, it certainly appears that they had a pretty good formula how to combat waiting around all day to play a night game. Came right out, smacked them, and gained big yardage because it's tough for a coach. How much time do you spend with a team? How much time do you meet? How often do you actually eat meals? Do you get them out of the hotel? It's a tough, tough task to have them ready to play a night game when they've had to sit around all day and usually watch other people get ready to play as well.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Looking deep down. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Hurns, 47 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Charles the lone setback. They go play action here on 1st down. Backing up. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And got his man complete. A big play there for KC. 49 yards.
Not the tallest receiver on the field, but he just shouted to admit that the little guy can't go downfield and make a big-time catch on a deep pass because sometimes they'll just out-scrap you for the football.
Little motion now from the tight end. On the ground, it's the first carry here for Jamal Charles. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And wasn't that supposed to be a sweep?
They didn't even get to the outer third of the field. That got blown up quickly.
Normally, when you're calling a play, you're talking about that tackle made, as you said, to the outer part of the field. Ran that one down in a hurry. That's great diagnosis by the defense.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. A really good pickup of 28 yards. For Travis Kelce, week 1, 6 catches, 74 yards, and catches 5 and 6 were the big ones. A 3rd down conversion in OT, and then one that set him up 1st and goal in that game-winning OT drive.
There's nothing wrong with saving the best for last.
That's right.
And Travis Kelce, he's one of those guys who's continuing to emerge as one of the top producers at the tight end position in the league. Big, strong, fast, a physical route runner. Hard to get through him to make a play on the football when he's going for it. I think that Alex Smith loves having that big target downfield.
Well, there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, what a move. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. First carry for Chris Ivory. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
Bortles now on first down. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it's good enough for a Jacksonville first. And now the offense operates in the red zone. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now Bortles will give to Yeldon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. And the big tight end shifting around. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Yeldon, the lone running back. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Jaguars' Jason Myers now for the field goal try.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Chiefs offense coming back out onto the field. And a quick note from that game against San Diego, that come from behind win. That gave the Chiefs now 11 straight regular season wins. Quite a run.
Go back to 2015 and how things started. Did you actually anticipate a run of this magnitude for the Chiefs?
No, sir.
Give them a ton of credit. They never once thought that their season was over in 2015. Led by the head coach Andy Reid, Alex Smith the quarterback, and a pretty fierce defense. They fashioned together a nice run. And boy, I don't know when it's going to end. That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Smith, screen pass to Charles. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. As the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Wilson snags it left side. And he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. Good enough for a Kansas City first down.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Smith will hand it off here to Charles. Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
15 yards there on the catch and run. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
On first down, Bortles. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Let's transition here and go week 1 storylines. I'll give you one, you give me one. For me watching the AFC East, Tom Brady out, Garoppolo in. People were curious what would happen. Well, guess what? The Patriots did their thing. They won, but the other 3 teams in the AFC East all lost. Only week 1, but it's just looking like the same old division.
Feels very familiar, doesn't it, in the AFC East? Well, let's go to the AFC North. Cincinnati, which has been dominating that division in recent years. Disappointing end to their season last year in the playoffs against Pittsburgh. A lot of people wondered, how would they come out of the gate this year? They told us that they were putting it behind them. It certainly appeared that way. A huge win on the road, week 1, at the New York Jets, who are going to be a contender for a playoff spot.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. $10 yards to go on 3rd. They come up in an offset eye. Halfback sent in motion. Now Bortles again. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go now. Throw.
They do go for it. It's Bortles. This is Yeldon on the dump off. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And now here comes Kansas City. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Smith now to throw. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And a little bit surprising, the offense is going to try to go for it here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here we go on fourth down with Bortles. Completes it to Chris Ivory. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 27 yards on the gain there. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. A first down carry now for Yeldon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here comes Kansas City. They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now they had the box stacked. That run was going nowhere from the start.
And when you say stacked, you really mean it, don't you? Because when you're talking about a 46 defense, commonly known as the Bear defense, you're covering up the guys inside, and you're allowing other people to get in there close to the line of scrimmage, usually an 8-man front. That's difficult to block for an offense. On that play, the defense won in a big way. No gain at all.
To throw is Smith, and he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Macklin. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 33 yards.
Terrific catch there by Jeremy Macklin. Harkens back to his days as a Missouri Tiger, but they used him almost like a wingback. You know, he would catch passes. They'd hand it to him on running plays. You can see that great ability once the ball's in his hands.
Yeah, so great in space. And a two-time All-American back in those days as a Tiger at Missouri. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And able to push his way. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Smith now on second down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the red zone now, Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Second and 10, Smith again. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come up in an offset eye. They'll let Charles try and get him in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jamal Charles on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And his kick is good. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go back to the air here after the INT. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Green, 90, ace.
They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. Incomplete. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was... And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Bortles now on first down. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled, and while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
Bortles again here on second and 10. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On first and 10, here's Bortles. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, it's Bortles. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Second half starts with a run by Jamal Charles. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3rd and 2, Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Devon House. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Here we go now. Blue for a ride.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Throwing is Bortles. He's got time. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Bortles now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Time running out here on the play clock. They do go for it, and the Chiefs are going to get him. Jay Howard in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And now here comes Kansas City. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Here we go now. Blue, black 58, rail. Black 58.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. He's going to try. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. From the 50, it's Smith. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 4. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll come out in the pistol. Smith going to turn and give to Charles. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's a give. Left side, it's Charles. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. They're able to locate Wilson. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Albert Wilson, 37 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And now out come the Jags.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
They go back to the air here after the INT. He's going to take it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42. A big play there. Bortles to Robinson. And even 40 yards. They come up in an offset eye. On first down, this is Ivory. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. So the D-line's going to spread out. To throw is Bortles.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. Two really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
Left, 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 left.
Now Bortles. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
So we've got a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Green.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon, 27 yards. And the Jaguars get a score closer. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Here's Charles. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, nice move. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They'll roll him out right. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. 23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Bortles now on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Robinson, 45 yards. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
It'll be Charles again. He has been the workhorse tonight. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Here's Smith. He hits West underneath. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Now a handoff. This is Charles. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On the run, it's Charles. And he's going to fight his way forward. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Charles the low setback. Play fake for Charles. Now Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away. And
oh, no, he lost the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Here's Smith. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Demetrius Harris, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough, they couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Surveying the field.
And that's a real risky play call to run it here with time being such a major factor. They need points here and fast.
A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones up to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
And he's brought down after a good gain.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Here we go. Left.
They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. They run. Charles. And down to the 36-yard line here. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This is one of those games where you hate that anybody has to lose.